Hey guys, we're back with Fate Grand Order. I just finished Lost Boat 7, figured I might as well get the prologue out of the way. I think it's like, I don't know, 20 minutes long or something? 30? Somewhere in that ballpark. It's one video. And then I'll be ready to do... I think I can do the dailies once Paper Moon comes out? I don't think they're out now. There's the bleached earth. Wonder if anyone's left alive. I know there are like ruins on top of it. Like there were survivors. We're approaching the Antarctic Circle. Trismegistus predicts no danger today. That means we can relax and not worry about enemy interference, at least until we reach Chaldea base. Still, at least remain alert as we prepare for our arrival. This is it! Can't believe we're going back to Chaldea base. Is there something I'd like to say? This is a separate matter from Chaldeus, which we now know to be the foreign planet. My analysis of test subject D is complete. Would you like to hear my report? Oh, hey! That guy, Commander Gordolf. Oh, right! We still have that issue to deal with, too! Frankly, I'm well past my limit for crazy revelations. Not hearing you all, it certainly won't help matters. Very well, you may give your report. Go on with it, then. I'll begin with the data I was able to analyze. It now confirmed that the mysterious laboratory our field agents HorseyEatYou infiltrated was in fact a research facility that also existed in our world. As many know, there's a facility in Nevada's Area 51 dedicated to the clandestine study of UFOs and extraterrestrials. While our field agents were not able to verify the exact equipment used at the facility during their visit, Trismegistus II was able to use the data matches or next recording to confirm that the facility was a 99% match for Area 51, not 100. This means Test Subject D was being kept at a facility from proper human history. Yeah, that tracks. That place might have been in the middle of a huge singularity. It's too out of place as a building. Makes sense that the singularity spawned from that operating room. Yeah, I agree. It also ties into our theory on who the master behind the singularity was. That is, the one who summoned a whole mess of servants. So, no, remember, Shufu said that there was more than one master. Right? Or did she say it was all one? No, she said it was more than one, right? Does that mean that it's gonna be related to Chaldeus in some way? The way I see it, that goon was the only part of that singularity that belonged to proper human history. Or like, maybe the alien world, which is also probably related to... I don't know how it's related to it, but... Or at least belonged to a celestial body that's close to proper human history as it could be. I'd even go so far as to theorize that the facility itself is located in Chaldeus' Nevada. You think the facility was inside Chaldeus? Then, is that why the corridor looked like it was in outer space? Is we're actually traveling between planets? That's my guess, yes. Displacement magecraft is absolutely a thing. For example, let's say we have two Gordies here, Gordie A and Gordie B. Assuming they have the exact same composition and volume of data, displacement magecraft would let us swap them out instantly, no matter how far apart they might be. The reason for that is, of course, what do we have to be talking about this? Because they're completely indistinguishable to a third party. Only the Gordies being displaced would know they've been swapped. Heck, in some circumstances, even they might be none the wiser. Something supernatural occurs without it having a noticeable impact on the world. That's when you know magecraft has done its job really well. Indeed, this particular kind of magecraft is theoretically possible, to be exponentially more difficult on a larger target. If memory serves, I believe I heard an old mage family unaffiliated with the clock tower was studying it. Also, please don't use me as an example from now. The idea of waking up one day and having A or B appended to my name is the sort of thing that keeps me up at night. Placement. How is this relevant? Could that have been what bleached earth in an instant? I think Chaldeus' surface and Earth's surface were swapped out. Okay. So is there just a copy of the Earth in Chaldea then? Chaldeus is obviously much smaller than Earth. It contains a copy of Earth's soul that does essentially make it identical. Oh, so is that why David was saying the rest of the universe would hate Chaldeus? Because remember, Marisbury wanted a copy of the universe. Or like 14 billion light years of it or something, right? So he's gonna swap that out too? Since Chaldeus' volume of data and soul composition are the same as Earth's, their surfaces could well be swapped, regardless of the difference in size. Honestly, I was always more puzzled by how Earth was bleached than how it looked after the fact. I mean, it's just not possible to instantly destroy the entire civilization on a planet's surface without harming the planet itself. Think if they're just swapping the planet's surface out for one that was already bleached, that would be a different story? Great! Which would also mean that our world, the original Earth, is still safe and sound on Chaldeus. So if we can restore Chaldeus and Earth's relationship to the way it was, your future will continue on the path it was meant to. What do you mean, your future? So everything can go back to the way it was, huh? Human history can pick right up where it left off in 2019. Earth was wiped clean. Hang on, Chaldeus is supposed to be simulating Earth 100 years from now. That would mean the lab we saw was from 2119. 2119? How are people gonna say that? I guess that makes more sense. Then that, everything about that lab, including the technology, seemed identical to what we'd expect to see in 2019. Saying it's too old to be from 2119, right? Found that strange as well. I determined rather quickly that it was on Chaldeus. It certainly did not look anything like cutting-edge technology from 2119. And yet the data we have on test subject D clearly shows that it died a few days ago. Since the place it occupied was on Chaldea, that means it died on the year 2119. But the level of technology in that lab is the same as that of 2019. I was, for a time, concerned that I was not able to be able to explain this discrepancy. No, they could update the equip. Precisely! Difficult as it may be to believe, one wonders why something so ridiculous could happen. That is indeed what did happen. What? Given the gap of 100 years, the only sensible explanation is that the equipment could not be updated. Huh? Is that even possible? Most likely, this is owed to extenuating circumstances of some kind. That feels like that's going to be a very important plot detail for later, and we're just brushing it aside. For example, they may have had a budget or personnel shortfalls. Proper Human Ministry, Area 51's secret facility was shut down around 2001. Wait. Sure, it was shut down, wink, wink. That's what they want you to think. Only way to find out, you got a Naruto run in there, guys. The research budget was drastically reduced. The most likely explanation is that the same facility on Chaldeus ran into some kind of trouble. That's definitely one possibility. Securing an adequate budget is one of the biggest and most important issues facing research efforts. But there's one big difference between the lab on Earth and the one on Chaldeus. Test Subject E. The fact that an alien life form existed in the lab on Chaldeus means Chaldeus' version of Earth must have achieved something Proper Human History hasn't. In which case, I'd expect there to be plenty of funds made available for this lab in the national budget. It means there must have been some sort of trouble. They need not detain us at the moment, so let us move on. Yeah, don't worry about it. The corpse you found in the operating room had the exact same biological composition as us. Despite this, Trismegistus II did not recognize that corpse as a human from Earth. No, it's not that it did not, it could not. Even with the same data values, there's something different about it. Wait. Okay, I think I get it. Because I got a comment a while ago. I don't know if this was a spoiler or what. They said that Test Subject E is not the body thing in the room. It was the little branch on the table. But did we bring I think we brought the body with us. I think he was Test Subject E. Because that body is, well, the body is like the nervous system or something. That's David Bluebooks. Who is David? Probably. I'm still assuming that David Bluebook is David reincarnated, like Tescada Lepoco was saying. Which would mean he's not a human because he has like the angel relic thing. He's like a copy. He was unable to come to a final conclusion on Test Subject D. Instead, it just got stuck on the phase where it was labeled that the object is human. So once I set that conclusion aside and focused exclusively on analyzing the situation, a great deal of information became clear very quickly. Data point 1, Test Subject E is a human from the version of Earth in Chaldeus. Data point 2, if the bleached Earth phenomenon is actually Chaldeus' surface, then Chaldeus' humans have all died out. Data point 3, the equipment used in the lab on Chaldeus Earth were antiques, and all of the technology developed between 2019 and 2119 is no longer functional. This can be assumed from the remnants of buildings still extend, or this could just be, maybe I'm way overthinking it. Maybe there's just no technological advancement in the Chaldeus future. It's stagnant. Any machinery that could operate on such a world would have to be at least 100 years old. Simple combustion engines like those used in motorcycles would also likely still function. Oh, like David Bluebooks. He had one, right? Those are the facts I was able to ascertain from test subject E. If we take those into consideration when asking why he became a master, why they summoned so many servants, why they spawned such a huge singularity, everything points to revenge. The Chaldea's Earth was bleached. We may not know how it happened, we can figure out why. Chaldea's Earth was bleached so its surface could be swapped out with our Earth's. Test subject E knew that. That's why they gave their servants those urges. They wanted to take revenge on proper humanity for destroying their world. Test subject E was aware they were the last member of Chaldea's humankind. That made them the sole representative of all of Chaldea's human life. In fact, that's the only explanation for how they're able to summon that many servants. What about Shufu's hint, guys? Otherwise, there's just no way one person could possibly summon so many. Must have been the collective will of every human who died on Chaldea's. Oh, well, okay. That made summoning servants in such a number possible. That also explains why they had so many command spells. They must have been all the collected command spells from every human on Chaldea's with master potential. That would mean that corpse was a nameless, regular person who found himself responsible for the future of all of humankind, just like you, Horsey. So is he not David? That would mean you're seeing this file must have also acquired information on E. Well, it should be your job to analyze and determine what it is. Instead of be generous and make things a little easier for you. E is not a terrestrial being. I'm just going to call it E from now on. It is the remnants of a being humanity secreted away, probed and experimented upon in that facility over 100 years. Full of its cries of agony as it lay dying or what drew the thorny on its compatriot here. Wait, hold on just a dang minute. You feel bad for what happened to Chaldea's Earth? There's nothing we could have done about it. We have nothing to feel actual guilt for there. More importantly though, I'd like to get the timeline straight. According to the report I read, Horsey first came to Chaldea in 2017. Chaldea's was already at a point where the future of humankind could not be observed. Right, which is why they had the cryptors were Team A was supposedly made. So that is when Chaldea's was first bleached? Well, no, I guess that's what they were for. They're going to destroy the singularities. No, it wasn't. The light of civilization had died out here and there because of Singularity F. Oh, right. How does Fuyuki come into play? But other than that, Chaldea's surface was the same as Earth's. It was Shiba that said it couldn't preserve human history or observe it beyond 2018. We can all vouch for that. But honestly, given what happened with the incineration of humanity and the bleached Earth phenomenon, it makes sense that Shiba would come to that conclusion. So Chaldea's Earth must have been bleached sometime after the incineration of humanity was resolved. Though that also means Chaldea's was deceiving us in 2019, back when we were undergoing special processing. So Chaldea's was operating normally until the ray shift experiment in 2017. Or I suppose, it did get to reveal its true villainous nature, which would mean it didn't foresee Solomon's incineration of humanity. In fact, if it hadn't been for that, this plan would probably have been put into action at the end of 2018. Certainly safe to say that Solomon, Ordeal's machinations threw off Marisbury's schedule. So perhaps, if not for Singularity F, surfaces of Chaldea and Earth would have swapped places sooner. Good point. The explosion of the command room definitely wasn't part of Director Marisbury's plan. What happened afterward is another part of what led to our present, very strange circumstances. Something must have gone awry when Love dropped Olga Maria into Chaldea's. Wait, Olga Maria is dropping into Chaldea's? I thought it was just like a random black hole. Oh! That is all the information I can tell you about test subject E. Fortunately, this analysis has revealed at least 80% of Chaldea's intended purpose. We now know that it was always meant to swap its Earth, and as its human history for ours. And that it was the intention of Chaldea's creator, former director Chaldea, Marisbury Animosphere, that this happened. Of course, that leads us to the next problem we need to consider. Why would he do such a thing? Who could possibly benefit from it? I completely agree. Neither I nor Trismegistus II are able to arrive at an answer to this query. Goetia wanted to create undying life and a planet without death. Historia wanted to evolve all of humankind. David said he wanted to destroy Chaldea's to salvage humankind's reputation, even if it meant destroying Earth along with it. I may not agree with their reasons for doing what they did, don't understand them. But bleaching all of Earth? That I cannot understand. Cannot see what the ultimate goal could be. Maybe he was just fed up with humanity, wanted to cleanse Earth by getting rid of it? No, Marisbury wasn't that kind of person. He wasn't a nihilist or even a pessimist. He was a good mage who loved seeing humans prosper, wanted to push our collective knowledge even further. I bet, if he wasn't a genuinely good guy, King Solomon would never have answered his summons during the Fuyuki Holy Grail War. I wonder if he was trying to turn everyone into a heroic spirit. Like, that's what Chaldeus is, right? Like, we use that to, well, no, that's... Chaldeus is related to the summoning ritual, isn't it? Oh, but Test was just a normal dude. But also, he wasn't human. Maybe? Safe to say Marisberry is definitely a good mage. Problem is, there are quite a few shades of good. Whatever Marisberry's goal was, must have been something extreme enough that we'd never think of it, like David's. Yeah, maybe you're right. But we're talking about a clock tower lordy. Or not just Earth, turn the whole universe into heroic spirits? No telling how much his vision of prospering might have differed from ours. Yeah, so right now, all we figured out is Chaldea's current condition, the fact that our Earth is safe. We should find all the answers once we get to Antarctica. How much farther, Nemo? Funny you should ask. Actually, just about to enter the Antarctic Circle now. Okay, guys, are you ready for the finale to Fate Grand Order? Not seeing any obstructions. Should reach Chaldea Base in... I see an obstruction. Uh-oh! Wall dead ahead! Full reverse! Hard to port! All hands brace for impact! What just happened? Shiba did not even warn us. This sort of promised victory? I detected no hostile signal or gravity field. Yet we're still being repelled. What kind of air pressure could possibly keep the Stormborder away? Dang it! Sure, I don't want to be that simple. Is it the foreign god? Was it Chaldeus itself? What's going on, Technical Advisor? I don't know. There's nothing unusual going on in the Antarctica at all. This barrier sprung up on its own. No, it didn't. Everyone, I think... Oh, of course, Mashu knows. I think this is a wall of humanity. Of course. Makes sense. Recognize this defense. Same force that powers Sir Galahad's noble phantasm, Lord Camelot. That means the preservation of humanity itself is protecting the Antarctic. Docked face. Done a lap around the Antarctic and that wall circles the entire region. Can't get past it with the Stormborder's dimension-piercing drill or the Shadow Border's Zero Sail. Don't know why, all of our attempts are being repelled. Nothing works. Never seen a wall like this before. Because it's entirely formless, we have no way to break through. Every special navigational technique we try fails. No idea how it works or why it's doing this. Unbelievable! Our destination is right in front of us, we can't even get near it. Technical Advisor, Eltnaum. Sir, isn't there anything we could do? Surely you must have at least analyzed it by now, right? Sorry, I'm completely bewildered too. What is this? Some kind of prank? Right? Thing pops up whenever we approach, then disappears when we move away. Completely denying us any way to get through, also barely damaging the ship at all. Can't even figure out what's powering it. I think I prefer the storm walls. Just like Lord Camelot, then. Galad? Of course this is going to happen. Or it's probably Solomon, or, well, sorry, Goetia, Iraq maybe. Now that the 7 Lost Bolts are gone, Chaldeus has become the foundation of human history, the celestial spear for the preservation of humanity. That wall isn't meant to keep Chaldeus safe, the checkpoint intended to keep foreign elements out. The Antarctic is not what is keeping you out. Proper human history itself is rejecting you. That voice! It's him! It's Gomani Arkoan! Okay. We're trying to record what he's saying. Roger! Pointing camera his way now. Alright, he's gonna tell us about how Nasu's stalling for time to finish the final chapter. This is the domain of proper human history. None of you can enter it as you are now. I'll admit, even I didn't foresee this outcome. Over the course of this war, we've handled far too many things that simply do not exist in proper human history. Rulers, alter egos, adventurers, all manners of servants that don't belong to the 7 classes. Now, You've spent so much time abusing these classes which should not exist. Proper human history regards you as foreign element. Until you correct this imbalance, you'll never be able to set foot near Chaldeus. You cannot take those things. Oh, that's not right. You cannot take those servants with you into the time beyond 2019. Not with your current understanding. Horsey, the gears within you no longer mesh. Why do these classes exist, by rights, when they shouldn't? What places do these weapons have in human? Once you understand and accept the answers to those questions, you'll be the foreign elements no longer. Turn your ship around, Novum Chaldea. There are places where you can correct the imbalances, and atone for the sins you unknowingly committed. That is the duty you must fulfill now. Your Ordeal call. Okay, play the opening, play the opening. Once you've settled 3 imbalances, and the celestial spear will see the light of day. I know 3 is like an extra one, kind of like Seraph was. You're sure to face partings as you walk this path. Be certain that you're prepared for this. I wonder how they justify that one being like a temporary event that I think is optional. Checkmate gets the second has arrived at a conclusion. Looks like that mysterious figure is telling the truth. The barrier around the Antarctica is a kind of self-purification mechanism for the reason it's being created. But I kind of get, it does kind of make sense that there'd be a, like, Gaia or Alaya would want to protect this area from, like, because otherwise, right, like an Eldritch God or something, you know, like the Forters or whatever it is out of space, right, could just go to the South Pole and like blow up what's there, and it'd probably stop Chaldeus, but that would probably blow up the Earth too. Much as it pains me to say this, it seems that humanity currently sees us as criminals. Although I don't get why using the extra classes is bad. Apparently, we ourselves are the ones preventing us from setting foot in the pure land of Antarctica. I knew it. That wasn't an attack, it was an alarm. Extra classes aren't meant for humans to handle. Extra classes are typically too much for humans to handle. That's literally the same line. Given all the servants from extra classes we've been using, of course humanity would reject us. Yes, we've done the equivalent of using weapons banned by international law, like they're going out of style. Can't deny we're guilty as... Sorry, probably wasn't the best example I could have picked. It's okay, Mynheer. I understand. Thank you. So facts are facts. Chaldeus was made with ill intentions, even secretly. But of course someone will have to be held to account for the demi-servant experiments. I accept that. I'll let my own deeds demonstrate the rightness or wrongness of my creation. Even if creating me was wrong, there's still so many futures for us to choose from. Fortunately, I was lucky enough to receive the power to protect. Whatever you have to say about me, certain this power isn't wrong, isn't evil. So you knew all along, Mashu, of course. Well said, Kyrie Light. Should anyone ever learn of this incident, it's clear you'll all face serious consequences. Is there anything I can do for them? Anything to ensure these fools will be rewarded instead of punished? It's true. Director Marisberry's Chaldea was evil. Ordeal's mentioned that a couple times now. I wonder how it's going to play out at the end. But it's equally true that what came from it was undeniably good. The accident that happened during the 2017 Grey Shift experiment, along with everything that came afterwards, put an end to Marisberry's Chaldea forever. Not just physically, but in spirit too. The only remaining staff were a dozen or so employees, all unaware of his intentions. And Romani Archivon felt a strong responsibility to stop the incineration of humanity. That meant Chaldea became an entirely different organization than its founder intended. It became a place to preserve not one man's vision for the future, but a future imagined by many different people. That's never going to change. Not now, not ever. There's something wrong with us? We'll just have to fix it with the same courage and wisdom that's brought us this far, Star. That man said we have an imbalance, right? Then there must be points in time affected by this discrepancy, some distortions similar to singularities. So we're going to find them, prove our innocence, then come back to the Antarctic. Hard to starboard, huh? Captain, I have no objections. Besides, I was just thinking we could stand to go back to some of the places we saw standing buildings and resupply. Very well. As I said earlier, I never expected this to be quite so simple. Do as you see fit. Stick around a little longer. Gordov loves filler arcs. Speaking as an alchemist from the Atlas Institute, hurts to hear that we're being treated like criminals because we've been relying on certain kinds of weapons. This would mean a third of the situation is my fault, correct? So I, of course, have no objections either. Here's my guest list in a second, and I will continue to help you on your expedition. Sorry, what's up with that list? Certain kinds of what is this? I know she's related to the alter ego. That's Paper Moon. That's the alter ego one. And I believe Sion's in it. Does Atlas do alter egos or something? Looks like our goalposts have been moved a little further back than we were expecting. How are you feeling about all this, Horsey? Not about to turn back now. Look, if I have to do a filler arc to get to Buyuki, I'll do it. Take it up. Are you gonna be relevant at all? No? Yeah, I thought so. Alright, let's start exploring the world. We can think of this as getting all our ducks in a row before a showdown with Count Dingus. In fact, everything has worked out as desired, including the opportunity to resupply. That being said, still have no idea what we'll find out there. We'll have to deal with the imbalances we've racked up over the course of our battles to date. We'll have to face scrutiny of our mistakes from humanity itself. Hate to borrow that guy's wording, can't deny it's a fitting name for this mission. Operation Ordeal call it is. Once we overcome these new trials, we'll reach our final destination. Fox, no items? Oh, if it plays an opening, I'm going to skip it. Mosh, you're talking. Boy, we're gonna watch a commercial, guys. Wait, this probably wasn't a commercial, actually. Those are the lost code symbols, right? Yeah, that's Olympus right there. Or Anko or something. That's LB4. That's Olympus. Okay, there's all the keyword. Okay. Divine Comedy! It's Uminako! Not getting a foreigner one is still a huge disappointment to me. The Count, Family, Crime and Punishment, Tokyo, Holy Grail Award, Avarice, Hatred and Loathing, Spooky Stars. Begins 2025, that's now, guys! Okay, we done? Or is there more? That feels like the end. I don't think we can actually do anything else with the Ordeal call until Paper Moon. Yeah, okay, it's blocked out. Okay, guys, that is it for me. I said this last time, but I forgot to do this one. I'll see you guys in May when I will probably do all of Paper Moon. I'll do it like slowly, so keep an eye out for that. See you guys then. Bye.